Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's time for the Transfer Talk. A very dear friend of mine is joining us for this one. It's Joel from Cheeky Sport. Make sure that you check out their channel. It really is fantastic. Really good fun, and the link will be in the description below. Joel, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me, Rory.
Oh, mate, it's always a joy to see you. I just want to have a chat with you about some rumours that we're hearing and some transfer news that may be, coming along, because I'm a Chelsea fan. I know the Chelsea fans' perspective. I get loads of comments, so it's always nice to get a fun perspective from the boys at Cheeky Sport.
Fun perspective, a neutral perspective. As pundits, it's like our jobs. Those guys do it out there. We do it for our strand.
Exactly.
It's always a pleasure to be on the channel.
Great. So the one I'm going to start with first of all is one that's really troubling me, and this is going to upset a lot of people watching. Guys, comment below because this is disturbing. Ola Reina to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Apparently there's some mileage here. Apparently Debuchy is going to be leaving Arsenal, which will leave them very short. They've got Callum Chambers in that position, but it isn't quite working out. They want him as a midfielder. They've got the Cole Jenkinson at West Ham. It's not a good position for Arsenal, and apparently they've got their eyes on Ola Reina.
Yeah. From what I've seen of Ola Reina, I've got a couple of mates that actually play for the Chelsea under-21s.
Oh, right.
So I've had a chance to see him a couple times. If I were a Chelsea fan, I would not be keen on letting him go. Like you pointed out to me not too long ago, he was a part of that golden era, that golden team that won the Champions League. The boys that did very well. A talented bunch of youngsters over there. I think there's no denying that. It's a bit of a mystery why more of those players are not actually in the Chelsea.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, Joel.
But you know what? Hey, that's how it goes.
The thing is, we've made a mistake this season, haven't we? I felt like at the end of last season, Arsenal were only ever one or two world-class players away from winning the league. Mm-hmm. We gave them one of those players. We gave them Petr Cech. We'd be mad to strengthen our rival again, wouldn't we? And this is strengthening them.
I think the problem with Chelsea is that, for example, I go to watch different youth games, and when I go to watch Chelsea, I realise that you guys have too many players. Like, honestly, sometimes I wonder if I'm surprised that the players get the development they do, because you've literally got two teams.
Yeah. At least,
it's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I think. How can you afford the wages for all of this? I think that's the thing. So sometimes Chelsea are in a position where they're a bit like Barcelona, where, for example, they'll have to let go of a player like Bellerin or whatever. So I think you guys are moving more towards that side, which in a sense it shows that you're a big club, but in a sense sometimes it's like, have you got more than you can actually handle? Which will mean that sometimes you'll have class players like Reina who end up at a club where you don't want him to go.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. This is a dream for Wenger, isn't it? Young, English, free. Yeah, this is exactly what Wenger will be dreaming of.
He's probably going to teach him a bit of français, un petit peu. You'll be speaking French.
Can I get the Cheeky Sports seal on this one? Right. Do you think that this? Sorry to put you under pressure here, but do you think this one can happen?
Gosh. You know what?
It's filling me with dread.
I'll be honest with you. Like I always say, I like to be a realist when I do all of this, because sometimes there's no point of lying and just being like, I honestly do think it can happen, because as you said, Jenkinson's on loan at West Ham, because the truth is he weren't really cutting it at Arsenal. The truth is West Ham don't even really want him there anyway. He hasn't really progressed well. Debuchy looks like he's going to go. There's been reports of him saying in France that he wants out, and in England he wants out. That's not a great sign. He hasn't really developed himself how he should. Looks like he's going to go Villa, apparently. If not Villa, he's just going to go.
Oh, this is awful. Chambers is sort of in that position, but he's not really a fullback, is he?
Chambers people have said that he's a better centre-back than he is a right-back. So, and the truth is, I agree. Every time I see him play, I cheer him more on to be a centre-back, because I just believe that he's not really a good right-back. Right. Meaning that Arsenal will definitely need to strengthen in those wing-back areas.
So you can see this one happening?
Yeah, because, you know what? Because it's the price as well. You're not going to sell him for a lot of money. We all know Wenger loves a bit of a bargain.
Yeah, it's a freebie.
So
It will be a freebie.
Completely free.
It'll be a freebie.
Well, I'm sorry. You
think this one could happen?
Yeah, it can definitely happen. I mean...
Tragic.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Sticking with the youthful theme, there's a report about Traoré. Traoré could be going on loan.
Which one?
Bertrand. Right.
Traoré.
He could be going on loan to Everton.
Right.
I think that this is something that I'd be supportive of. Yeah. Do you think this would be good for his development?
Well, definitely. I mean, when you're looking at Everton's system, and they love wing backs. They're really good. Well, wingers.
Yeah.
They love the flanks. Put it that way. So, and I think I've seen him play as well 1 or 2 times this year, and the truth is, I think he moves up and down very quickly. I think his development at Everton will be very good. You're playing around good players. They've got a mixture of experience, players who are coming through.
Yeah.
They've got like a great mix, and then you've got the big man Lukaku up there. So I'm sure if you can fit in well with a big man and play the right balls, then I'm sure the Everton fans will love him over there.
I agree. I'm inclined to agree with you here. I think this would be a very good move for all parties, actually. I think it'd be a great move for Everton, it'd be a great move for Chelsea, and it'd be a great move for Traore. I think that Everton are a massive club, and going there, playing first-team football, Premier League football against excellent opposition, alongside excellent teammates, would be just beneficial to everyone. So this is one that I think, from our perspective, you think this would be a good move?
Yeah, I mean, for example, look at Deulofeu. You know, he couldn't get into the Barca team. He goes over to Everton. He plays. I mean, I'm sure you don't want him to then end up in Everton full time, like, just not alone.
No.
But as it's proven, it's a great platform to showcase your talent.
I mean, it happened to us. Christian Atsu went up there, and it didn't quite work out for him. But there's no reason this wouldn't work out. Traore has all the attributes, and playing, as a forward-thinking player with the likes of Barkley and Lukaku and Morales.
That's talent.
It's talent, isn't it?
There, just being around that, you can see it will be great for the development.
So that one would be good. Okay, well, fingers crossed that one comes off and he can come back to Chelsea in maybe 6 months' time as a player with some decent Premier League experience. There's a swap deal. There's been reported today in the Times that there's a swap deal that could potentially happen.
Yes.
I'm obviously very upset. Everyone knows how much I love Ramirez like a brother. I love that man so much. I genuinely do. I love that man so much. But there's a rumoured swap deal with him and Gundogan.
Yes, I mean, Gundogan, I know Borussia Dortmund player. I know that a few years ago he was heavily linked with Man United.
Right.
And Man United were going to buy half of the world.
Yes, I do.
remember that. When I'm looking at it from Ramirez's point of view, he can't really get into the Chelsea team at the moment.
No, Hiddink seems to prefer Mikel, doesn't he? Yeah.
I like Mikel, when I see him play. I don't think he tracks back as much as he should, where I think Ramirez, personally, I would...
You're thinking of the other day when he was jogging back.
Yeah, there's one, look, mate, when we play football, we've played football together.
He can play, this boy can play.
Nothing, and so can Rory. There's nothing worse than someone who doesn't track back. That's one thing I'm not
unforgivable.
Having in my team. No,
unforgivable.
I don't care. I don't care how slow you are. You got to be moving, boy. You got to be moving. And I just wasn't impressed by that. Ramirez, he doesn't stop running. And it's sad, as we were saying, he can't really get into the Chelsea team at the moment, but he needs to keep playing football. He's 28 years old. He's not a spring chicken anymore. Dortmund is an excellent club to be at. If I was Ramirez, it wouldn't be too much of a bad move. But I think for Chelsea, they need to really think carefully because he's not there just for the money. He just got a new contract not too long ago as well. Ramirez.
Oh, right, yeah,
not too long ago. So I wouldn't think about this.
Do you know, I find it very difficult to be impartial here and to try and weigh it up because everyone who watches this, they give me a lot of grief because they know I love Ramirez so much. But guys, will you comment below? Do you think this would be a good one? Is this a swap that would benefit us or do you think this would hinder us? Comment below and let us know. Just got time for the big one.
What's the big one?
The big one is Pato. Pato to Chelsea. Apparently, it's going to be rushed through. Diego Costa's got a dodgy shin. And, we're going into a massive game against Arsenal on Sunday. We may have to rush the deal through for Pato. Do you think, A, this deal will happen, and B, that it would be good for Chelsea?
You want to know the truth. This is not what you might want to hear, but I don't know. Because I've heard Pato being linked to
Thank you for that wonderful insight, Joel. I'm delighted to have got
you. Different clubs. I heard Liverpool wanted him.
Yeah, they're sniffing around at Manchester United apparently. Yeah.
I don't really believe that one as much, but you never know.
But it's always going to be the case when there's a player who's available to play in all competitions. Who has achieved the amount that he's achieved. There was a time when he was the most sought.
He was just like 18, 19. It was just like he was the future at AC Milan. And then he went under the radar for a bit. Apparently he's doing
scoring goals in Brazil.
Very good in Brazil. I'm really happy that he's revived his career because I didn't want him to end up like Kaká or one of those guys. So,
do you think he could do a job in the Premier League?
That's the question because we've seen some.
I've brought you on here for the insight. I don't know what the question is.
Let me finish at least, Rory. Jeez, please. That's the question because let's look at some of the players that have come across now. Right, you've got Quaresma, who at one point he was dubbed Cristiano Ronaldo. He comes over. He plays for Chelsea. Doesn't really do a great job.
No.
I wasn't that impressed with Deco when he came over.
No, didn't really work.
He weren't better than Lamps.
No, there's a few. I mean, there's been a few examples. Equally, sometimes those. So Deco, although overall the move wouldn't be perceived as being particularly successful, there were some incredible highlights with Deco.
But of course, because he's not a rubbish player, is he?
No, but what I mean is if Pato were to come in,
yeah.
Obviously, it'd be great
But
if he could come in and score.
that. It was different back then, because back then...
I think we need a forward.
Back then, there was no doubt that Chelsea were competing, they were going to win the league. You know, there wasn't a doubt.
Yeah.
Now, it's like it's a different situation. I think don't need someone who's giving highlights.
But we need a striker. And this is a problem, Joel, because for whatever reason, I couldn't disagree with this more, but for whatever reason, Loic Remy isn't an option. No matter what happens, we're playing West Brom. Really?
Nice guy.
We're playing West Brom. We need a goal. Doesn't get a look in. We're playing Everton. We need a goal.
What is it?
I don't know. Is he lazy in training? Has he got an attitude? I don't know. But I love Loic Remy so much. Whenever he plays, he seems to score goals. He has a wonderful attitude, and he cannot get a look in. And it's over a course of different managers. It's not like one manager has taken a dislike to him. Yeah. I thought that Mourinho just didn't take a shine to him, but Hiddink come in and it seems to be the same story.
Well, I thought Mourinho took him in to be a number 2. To
Diego
Costa. For me, that's what I saw it as, and I thought because he probably looked at him and thought, all right, I could go to another club, start, but I could be at Chelsea.
I know, and it's a shame. But if Remy isn't given the time that we feel he deserves, and I certainly feel he deserves, but I don't think he's going to be given the time. We need another striker, and we have to dismiss Falcao from this conversation. So I'm going to have to push you. Is he
still around?
He's still there. But I'm going to have to push you. Pato, is he the man to fill the void? Thank you for that wonderful insight, Joel.
Make sure you subscribe to Chelsea Fans Channel. Love my boy Rory.
And make sure that you subscribe to Cheeky Sport. It really is a fantastic, fun channel.
Mutual perspective. We do all grounds. Check us out, mate.
Do it. Go on, you Blues.
All right, guys, welcome to Chelsea Fans Channel. This is our post-match review where Chelsea have just drawn against Everton 3-3.